Today's topic, what is KYC, how does it work, and what options do we have? So as you may know, KYC stands for Know Your Customer. It's basically a set of identity requirements when using a bank, a crypto exchange, or a payment service like Venmo or PayPal. The way it works is when you sign up, they say, hey, in order to secure your account and prevent fraud, we need to collect some information about you, and we need to be able to prove your identity, which in and of itself is a good thing, right? You want to make sure your account is secure. You want to make sure that someone else can't hack it without proving who they are. So when you sign up, they ask for your driver's license, your name, a photo of you, and sometimes even some head movements to really fully capture your identity and lock in that biometric data. What most people don't realize is once you have handed over this information to them, regulatory bodies, the IRS, basically they now have access to that information. So they have full tracking and full ability to see who is paying what taxes, who is following what rules. Definitely creates a perfect oversight situation where they can just fully view all of your activity through that platform and have the data to prove that it was you using that service. As you might imagine, that provides a unrivaled level of surveillance and control. When you have access to everyone's data, not only can you observe and enforce taxes and regulations more easily, but you also in a way have an edge on the market because you have this crowdsourced data that you have privy to where you can make deductions about the market as a whole and possibly have, you know, some inside information. Of course, no one can prove how that information is being used, but it's still just the principle of the fact that one centralized body can have access to a lot of really sensitive personal data about everybody. Just, you know, kind of brings up a concern. Definitely a sort of conflict of interest, in my opinion, as far as money and state being completely merged into one identity, into one body. And in my opinion, that can basically open up society to a new level of control that might not be such a good thing. So let's say you're using something like Coinbase, you sign up, you give them your driver's license, you know, answer all the questions that they have in order to really secure and verify your account and basically hand over your identity data. If you bought one Bitcoin and then, you know, removed it off the exchange, put it in a private wallet, there's still a permanent record of that transaction at the time. So it's almost like going out into the woods but putting a tracker device on you. So like you can exit the system, but they still know who it was, you know, forever. They still know what happened at that time. So it basically creates a situation where even if you do eventually go off grid, they'll always have some semblance of what kind of assets you're working with. I think to most people, KYC seems harmless. It seems just like the basic rules in order for everyone to play fairly. But in my opinion, it's basically controlling the flow of money. It's controlling the trade routes, and when you control the trade routes, you also have control over the lifeblood of the community, because that is basically where our strength lies, is to be able to communicate freely, to be able to trade freely, and to basically have the market decide what's valuable. So if you value convenience convenience and ease of use, then KYC compliance definitely provides that. If you value privacy and autonomy, then using private wallets, avoiding using KYC, that can definitely help you achieve that type of freedom. But yeah, what do you think? What's your stance on KYC? Is it not a big deal, or is it something that you're trying to avoid in order to have a little bit more control over your money? Let me know, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Time to hit the beach.